Welcome back to Textiles and Treasures and happy 4th of July. Today I'd like to share how I decorated for summer and the 4th of July with my vintage thrifted finds. As you can see, Independence Day is a great reason to break out the vintage glassware. On the top shelf, you can see some of those hobnail style votive holders that I collect. On this middle shelf, I have some of my favorite pieces. You can see on either end that I have some of the Moser inverted thistle glasses. I picked up a set of 4 of them at an estate sale last year. And of course, we can't forget that Hazel Atlas strawberry. I was so excited to come across that at Goodwill earlier this year. I also have a couple of those optic style clear glasses just to balance out this particular shelf. On the top shelf, you can see this ruby red votive holder that I rescued from the bins, some of my milk glass hobnail votive holders, and in the middle I have this really beautiful Fenton strawberry votive candle base. It's actually the base of a fairy light, and they seem to be fairly collectible, so I will definitely be looking out for the top half. On this bottom shelf, I finally get to show off my Hazel Atlas candy stripe glasses. I found 3 of them in the bins last year, and I also picked up a 4th one, this one here on the right, at an estate sale about a month ago. The same thing goes for these swanky swigs. I had one of these that I rescued from the bins and another that I picked up at that same estate sale. In the middle, I have this pair of lovebirds in this cobalt blue glass. Now let's take a look at my baker's rack that has my Pyrex and other vintage glass display. On the top shelf here, I have 2 of my McCoy strawberry pieces, and I picked them both up at rummage sales at 2 different rummage sales in the same town. So I'm really excited to have a nice pair that looks great for this strawberry season. Here's a cute little dish that I picked up at Salvation Army a few months ago, and I love that it has blueberries and raspberries. I also have this Victorian milk glass star and 2 red Friggies. I found a second one at the antique store just the other day. It's so nice to have some vibrant red Friggies for this season. On this next shelf, I have my stack of white Pyrex. The top is a true opal and the other 2 are the Hamilton Beach mixing bowls. Let's take a closer look at this amazing festive cross stitch. I picked this up at an estate sale last summer, and I've been looking forward to getting to use it. I love bears, and I just think it's so well done. This was an awesome find at an estate sale a few weeks ago. It is a Hazel Atlas strawberry, and it completed my set. You can see on the right that I found the apple in the winter, and I was so excited because this one is harder to find, but I had never seen the strawberry either, so I headed to an estate sale specifically to get it. Here in the background, you see some of my blue and white Pyrex. I found those blue tulips at an antique store, and I absolutely love them. It came with the little stand. And the horizon blue pattern is my favorite Pyrex pattern, and this I found at a consignment store. On the top, I have a Pyrex bowl that I found at the flea market last weekend. Here you can see my pink and blue Pyrex collection. I love the flamingo pink, and we can't forget the stripes. The stripes are definitely up there for my favorite Pyrex in my collection. Here on the bottom shelf, we have my butterprint collection, the casserole set, as well as the Cinderella bowls. I'm still looking for that 443, but for now, this manages to work. So there you have my vintage Pyrex display. It was so fun to pull this together and kind of get into the summer season. Leave a comment and let me know which piece from this display is your favorite. Of course, we can't forget to take a look at my stained glass collection. I pick up these stained glass pieces whenever I can find them for a reasonable price. I decided to put all of these sailboats together. I believe I found the one on the left at the bins, and the others I picked up either at Goodwill or the flea market. And here on the left side of the window, I have my stained glass blueberry collection. I found one of these pieces at an estate sale, and not long afterwards, I found 2 others at the thrift store. It's perfect to celebrate blueberry season, which is just starting here in New England. Now let's take a look below the window and check out my vintage candy dish collection. I recently decided that I am going to look for these beautiful glass candy dishes. I started out with the cobalt blue one on the right, and then I found the purple one on the left, and I've slowly been filling in the collection. As you can see here, this is a bee pattern candy dish made by Indiana Glass. These are really collectible, and I'm definitely on the lookout for the other colors. Here we have a beautiful Fenton colonial blue covered candy dish. This is the Valencia pattern, and I was super excited to find this at an estate sale at the end of the spring. Next, we have this beautiful crystal covered candy dish that I just picked up at the flea market for only $1. This is by Jeannette Glass, and it is the oak leaves and acorns pattern. Clear glass doesn't always look like much, but this looks amazing in the light. Next, let's take a look at this beautiful ambered covered dish made by Fenton. This is a bee box, and this is one of the best things that I found earlier this year. And of course, we can't forget one of my favorite finds from last year, this cobalt blue candy dish. Once again, this is the bee pattern by Indiana Glass. Now let's take a look at the glass collection that I have displayed on the mantle. This Home Sweet Home cross stitch I rescued from the bins late last year. And I absolutely love displaying all of these different pieces of glass together. It was fun balancing them out. As you can see, I tend to pick up swung vases and any sort of interesting shape vases when I can find them, especially when they've got some nice optic styles and they really catch your eye. I found this amethyst vase at the thrift store late last year, and I was really happy to get it, especially since it matches the one on the other end. Here is a uranium glass vase. I like that it has that swung detailing. And then we have a Fenton compote, my Northwood Vaseline glass compote. This amethyst swung vase is by Lefton, and I found it at a flea market. This turquoise swung vase I picked up at a yard sale last summer, and I love the color. I just found this little colonial blue dolphin, so I had to add him into the little collection. I love this owl vase. I found this at the thrift store in the winter, and I'm so excited because I love owls. Here's a little collection of the bluebirds of happiness. I managed to pick up this whole family at an estate sale last fall, and I just love the bluebirds of happiness. I pick them up whenever I can find them. Here's another beautiful piece of Fenton in colonial blue. I found that at the same estate sale as the dish that I showed you a moment ago. And on the right, here is another piece of Fenton, a swung vase in a pink color, and it is really, really pretty as well. On the right, I have another swung vase that looks like it is a hobnail style in Vaseline glass. It's not marked, but I have a feeling it may be Fenton, and it definitely fits with the theme. Here's my other Fenton hobnail compote in that beautiful aquamarine color. And I found this green depression glass vase at the thrift store in the winter, and I really love it. I'm always excited when I can recognize that telltale green color. And here on the right, we have an Empoli style glass that I picked up at a church rummage sale. Absolutely love all of these pieces, which is why I'm showing them off for summer. Of course, it wouldn't be a Textiles and Treasures video without taking a look at some fiber art. Here are some of the pieces that I have displayed for the season. On the left, I have a beautiful strawberry needlepoint that I picked up at a rummage sale last spring. In the middle, we have this hand-painted shutter that I found in an estate sale at the end of the summer. I love the strawberry detailing, and it is signed by the artist, and I think it's so cute. Definitely perfect for strawberry season. On the right, I have another needlepoint that I found at a different rummage sale last fall. This was also perfect because we have the watermelons as well as the cherries, and I just could not resist putting this up. Here we have a cross stitch that I found in the winter. I absolutely loved the coloring on this piece, and I could not resist it. It's got an abstract quality, which I really appreciate. I absolutely love these last two pieces. Both of these are hand-stitched crewel pieces that I picked up at estate sales. The piece on the left is an iconic Elsa Williams piece, and it is extremely well done. As you can probably tell, this piece is quite sizable, and it is extremely detailed and well stitched. This was a really lucky find at an estate sale last spring. On the right, I have another beautiful piece of crewel work that I picked up at an estate sale a couple of weeks ago. I absolutely love finding floral crewel work, but I don't come across it as often as cross-stitch and needlepoint. So finding this in colors that totally fit my vibe was absolutely perfect. Aren't these pieces absolutely perfect for spring and summer? Thanks for coming along for this tour of my thrifted summer decor. Leave a comment and let me know how you've been celebrating the season with your own finds. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I look forward to sharing more vintage finds with you soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.